Hello everyone, it is June 22nd and I'm coming on here for the second time this month, and I have a few things to share, including Happy Mail. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to share is Happy Mail, and it came from Rose Likes Crochet. Now, it's not Happy Mail for me personally. It's going to go to a great nephew. And, a while ago, I was asked by my niece if I would make a Spider-Man. And she wanted, the normal suit is like red, black, and blue. And she wanted all the blue turned to black. I guess I can leave the red. But then I saw this on Rose's Etsy shop. So I said, here's a black Spider-Man. And you can see there's the little legs. But then I thought, oh, well, maybe I should still go ahead and make that other Spider-Man. But in the meantime, my little great nephew has a little brother whose first name is Corbin, and his middle name is not what I personally would have named him. If I was going to give him a first name of Corbin, I would have called him Corbin Dallas, like in the movie The Fifth Element, Corbin Dallas. So in my head, he will always be Corbin Dallas. And I don't know if I'll ever see him again. Or actually I don't think I've ever personally met him, because he wasn't born at the time of my mom's funeral. So yeah, I don't know when I'll ever see him. So Corbin Dallas, that's what I'm going to call him in my head. Okay, so let's get on to the crochet portion. And I remembered that I had some sparkle metallic yarn that I really didn't like. And I got it from Hobby Lobby, and it's their, hold on a second. Well, I can't find the label that I had so carefully saved. Oh yes, I see it. It's I Love This Yarn Metallic. Sorry, our house sits right on a major street, and so we get a lot of very loud cars, and sometimes whole motorcycle, I don't want to say gang, but a whole troop of motorcycles will just roar through for like 5-10 minutes. Anyhow, so I was going through and pulling out all that metallic yarn from Hobby Lobby. The only time I've ever been to Hobby Lobby, and I bought that yarn. And so I've had it for at least 4 years. But while I was in the box, or the bin where I keep my metallic yarn, I happened to come across this yarn that is from Joann's. And I must have bought it well before they went out of business, because I forgot I even had this yarn. And it's 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. And it's big twist sturdy cotton. It says it's a number 4, but I'm telling you it's a number 3. So I have pink, or that's the blue one, and then I have the pink. I have 2 of each, and I'm pretty sure that I had put them in that box with metallic yarn, because I thought, no, I will never ever use this yarn. So I'm sending it to a friend, and she's going to turn it into like some preemie hats or whatever. This kind of stuff works up really well in a Addi or a Centro knitting machine. So Anyhow, I pulled out 7 skeins of the metallic yarn. And let me show you what I made. And I kept a list. And I'll tell you why I didn't like that yarn specifically. Now the yarn is perfectly soft. That's not the problem. Hold on, let's see, where did I put my little list? Hold on just a moment. Hand her back. Okay, so let me see if I can show you really close up what I didn't like about this particular metallic yarn. And I will tell you, it's like they have tinsel woven into the yarn, and so it looks messy to me. Let's see, okay, focus. It just, I just don't like it. Let me see how close I can get. You can see kind of how it just doesn't, it's like all over the place, that tinsel. Anyhow, I had enough white to make 12 white ones. Okay, let's see how many, they're red. And then 19 red ones. And 17 green ones. And they're very sparkly. I just don't like that tinsel look. I prefer it when the filament is the same color as the yarn, or approximately. So there's that. For example, I don't know what yarn this was, but this one is not obnoxious. Very sparkly. I don't know what yarn this is. I just had a little bit left over, but I had enough to make one pink one of whatever this yarn was, and it's got that same kind of tinselly look to it. Just, to me, it just doesn't look neat. Anyhow, okay, so I have made, since my last video, I think I've made over 130 granny squares. And part of the reason why I am doing this video right now is because I need to start shipping these off to Rose Lakes Crochet. So I'm going to show you what I made. Hold on just a moment. Okay, so I think this is about 40. And this is about another 40. So yay! I can start shipping these off. I only for sure can ship every other Tuesday. So I missed making a video last week so that I could get these out last Tuesday. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit a post office this week. I'm gonna try. Not that there's any rush, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so what else? So right after I made the last video, and even during that video, I was coming to the realization that I was in the deep throes of an asthma attack. Not the kind that would send me to the hospital, but the kind where you can't stop coughing and you wonder, is it going to go into bronchitis? Is it going to go into pneumonia? And I just had to I start using my inhaler to try to open up my lungs, and I use the inhaler like maybe once a year. And then finally I had to get some Costa present just to knock it down. And it took about 5 days to knock it down. But during that 5 days, and even a little bit longer, I sort of lost my appetite. Not completely, but I just was not hungry. And I had just been to the grocery store because I went the day after the last video, and almost all that food I bought I didn't even eat. I had to throw it out. So yeah, that was not a happy thing because I hate wasting food, but if you're not eating it and it's just sitting there and it's kind of fresh, there's nothing you can do. But I just had no appetite. So, but I'm like, you know, pretty much completely mended now. And then, oh, last Monday, this tells you how much more mended I am. Not that my appetite has totally returned or anything, but last Monday, the landlady and I went to Numero Uno Pizza. I don't know if you have a Numero Uno where you are. There's not a whole lot of them left, but there's one that's not too far from us. And so we went, and she loves their crust because there's sugar in the crust, and she's kind of a sugaraholic. So any hint of sweetness, she picks up on it right away. Anyhow, she ordered her pizza, just kind of a regular size pizza, and I got the extra large one called the Works, you know, a little bit of everything. And then I said, and throw on a couple extra servings of pineapple on it. So it was a huge pizza because they're slightly deep dish, and mine was cut into 12 pieces, and I ate one piece there, and I came home and individually wrapped up the other pieces and put them in the freezer, and I've been able to have one piece of pizza a day lately. So I have 4 pieces left, which will take me through the rest of the week, which is great. But then I thought, you know what, next time we go to that pizza place, I'm going to get 2 of those, so I have even more food in the freezer. Anyhow, I'm not quite sure what my next project for crochet is, but I have things that are kind of on the back burner. So I guess that's about it for this video, and I will talk to you all hopefully not 3 weeks away, and have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.